Warm welcome, this is Markus Termin at the 7th of September 2024. Let's have a look at the astrological chart. The moon has just changed from the sign of Libra to the sign of Scorpio. And as he's doing so, he's forming a water trine to the other water powers, which are first of all, Neptune and Saturn. Of course, this is not an exact trine position, but it will come to an exact trine position. And then the second is towards Mars. The trine to Mars indeed is exact because they are just both at the start of the sign, and they will include the sign of Pisces just as well. This is not the only thing happening up there in the sky, but for this short daily information, I'm concerned to give you the basic information that seems to me to be the most important. Throughout the last days, I've been pointing at Mercury in the sign of Leo for a kind of escape of all the, complicated aspects that all the other chart positions show. Thus is the opposition in between Saturn and Sun, the square position in between Jupiter and Saturn, the wide opposition in between Venus and the Aries forces, and so on. There's a lot of things going on. Even if we look very, very close, we can even discover an Earth trine, which is in between Pluto in Capricorn right now, the Sun in Virgo, and of course Uranus in the sign of Taurus. All those aspects are not exact, it's just by the signs, but by the signs it is. But for me, the change for today and the important change of today is Moon in the sign of Scorpio and making the water trine complete. Why is that? Because Moon, after all, is the Moon and it's the second light, and it's kind of the biggest trigger, the biggest puller in the chart. Now, water energy is usually translated with feelings in general. But if we come to the so-called astralic forces, to the astral plan, it's not exactly matching the idea of feelings. It's more the idea of being emotionally, it's the idea of being moved, to hold a point where you're in the state of being, and you're going to be moved from this point even a little bit downstairs, because water's always going down, to find out about the basics and to have them swirled around, something like that. And when the moon goes to the sign of Scorpio, it's always about being moved in a way that transforms us to look through things, to understand things, to understand their deep roots, their origins. That's what it's actually about. And of course, we can have a view on Saturn retrograde, always the same, dissolving structures. That is the other point. And the warrior himself, Mars in the sign of Cancer, where he will stay a very long time because he'll make his way up to Leo, then take the motion to retrogradness back again to the sign of Cancer. So we will have a long period of Mars in Cancer. So this is very interesting to have this overview. Now, I don't want to put this on a peak of meaning today to say this is the only truth, because look here, the air forces in between Gemini and Libra, they are in charge and working just as well. But I think for me the most important point is How do we want to get emotionally moved today? How do we move ourselves? And what level of depth are we able to climb at understanding things emotionally? The sextile position in between moon and sun, the sun in the sign of Virgo and the moon in the sign of Scorpio, works together pretty well. Virgo and Scorpio, interesting enough, both closely connected to medical things, medical success and surgery and medical to be understood in the best way. I'm not talking about medical abuse. So they deliver some deep insight. Both of them are analytic. Both of them are ready to face the truth. To understand what are the real effects in everyday's life. The sun in Virgo is the best opportunity you can go with, and to have some analytics guided by emotional intelligence. This is what, in my view, is the best strategy to face the day, to face this energy. Thank you very much for listening. This is Markus Termin, Astrologisches Stundenbuch, at the 7th of September 2024. In case you want to get in contact, this is the mail address, mine the DE at the end, and down here at my blog site you will find the information. Why am I holding this sheet of paper inside of this screen? Well, if you write it down just in plain letters, any internet machine can read it, and you'll have a spam account that widens up to regions that you can control it anymore. This is the reason. Thank you very much for listening to me. Markus Termin, the German astrologer, the 7th of September 2024.